Yeah. So how was your week thus far?
It was actually pretty eventful, I would say. I think I had a pretty dope week. Seeing my grandparents celebrate 50 years.
That's
Like,
what's up.
married for 50 years. First marriage.
Mm.
Like, they didn't breed, they was, another marriage, stepkids, to see that, like, actually progress and stay. It makes me have hope still alive,
Yeah.
you know.
So it was just you and your sister?
Me, my sister, my daughter,
Okay.
and my aunt. We
Okay.
all drove out.
Okay.
But it was me driving.
Yeah. Girl.
Tired.
I remember we took a long ass trip to what was it, Chicago?
Ooh, from here?
I said never again. Never. My knees were cramping, my toes, my feet.
Oh my God.
I was like, Pops, get me out of here. Are we there yet? Like,
Legit. That's why I
literally.
drive through the night. So I leave. We leave like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So through the whole night, everybody mostly sleep. So you ain't got to worry about nobody really complaining until they waking up at like 9, 8, 9. It's like, okay, they up, they eating, it's a regular day.
Yeah.
It's not, oh, are we there yet? Because my daughter, are we there yet? Me to death. Are we in Florida yet?
Yeah.
Are we in Florida yet? Yes, we are only 2 hours away.
Talk about your grandparents' relationship.
Okay. Let's see. So as I've gotten older, I've learned so many things about them. I think the perception that we have of our elders is so different than the reality of who they really are. I think as I've gotten older, I've grown a new respect for my grandparents' relationship because as I've gotten older, they've kind of shared a lot more details about their relationship in the beginning, how they were before. They became super religious. So my grandparents are heavy Christians. My grandfather's a reverend in church.
Okay.
So I grew up with that side. I grew up in the church a lot. So that's all I knew them as. I didn't know them to drink. I didn't know them to party. My grandparents loved to dance and hang out with the family, but they never did. I never knew who they were as individuals. I just knew them as my grandparents. My grandpa was a cop. My grandma worked for the state. They were just blue collar African American couple, and just living. To find out just so much that what went into them growing up together. When they did get together, they met in the Army. They were both in the military. So to see how they progressed in their relationship and just battling and navigating, going through. Both of them had previous children. Both of them had previous marriages. Coming together and kind of seeing how they grew together. How they started off hanging out and partying and drinking all day and doing all these things that they used to be doing, cussing and all, going crazy. And to see how they progress and were able to go through the changes of life together. So as they've matured, they, of course, got into the church, and that was a huge staple of my life. And now they're still in the church, not as heavy because they're a lot older now. But just a lot of the morals and values they've instilled in me has been probably the main part of who I am as an individual, for sure. That fan.
Or look, I probably have you do it. I put you at work already.
Right. You
See, my bad, cause it's getting,
it's getting spicy in here, and I think it's either the alcohol.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. It's getting. Thank you, and we're gonna pull this up. Yes, ma'am. And we're gonna have this, cause the AC, the central air, is real loud on here. It's
so you can
super
hear it.
loud. Yeah, it's super loud. Yes.
Oh my Lord
Yes.
Jesus!
See, this is what we need.
Whoo! I was getting
This is
hot.
what
I'm
we
about
need.
to start.
Come on now.
It's that sweat. It's so hot in here. This corset a little tight.
Hey.
Look, I'm being this bitch like. Tell you, okay, I'm good. It's the wine.
Listen, man, let's get into this intro. Welcome to another Cold Game Conversation, and I am your host, Jazz Avante. And as you see, we have the beautiful Miss Tay in the building. I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself formally.
Hey, y'all. So I'm Tay. I'm the owner of Clitorit and co-owner of Healing Girl Season.
Clitorit.
Yeah!
I like that name. Tell me about it.
So Clitorit is a company where we cultivate sexual intelligence. Our entire mission is informing people and educating people on how to operate on their highest frequency and how to be able to grasp who they are and who they want to be and be true to themselves in every realm in every possible way. And give people the comfortability to explore and do so. So I basically cultivate that.
So how do you help one cultivate their relationship with themselves? If they are just green at everything, they come to you with help. How do you start that process with them?
I would first my main thing is trying to talk to them, see where their mental is.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people mistake our sexuality as just being body, and it's so much more than that. It's mental, mostly mental, and it's emotional. So my whole thing is I would kind of ask them a backstory on who they are. You learn so much about when you just listen to somebody talking. You don't really have to say too much. You just kind of sit there and let them kind of flow. Right. Once people kind of hear what I do, it's like a waterfall. It's kind of like, oh, okay, well, I feel, oh, you teach sex education? Okay, well, let me tell you about this in my life. And I'm like, okay. So I feel like the first thing is I gauge their mental. I gauge them and see how they speak about themselves, how they speak about others. You can kind of grasp what experience somebody has by how they talk about it. You always know the person's like, oh, I have so much sexual experience. I'm just so well versed in this. That's the ones you like. Yeah. That's the ones that need the most help.
Right.
Because no, we're never perfect, and we're always learning. So I think that's the first thing that I touch bases on is trying to just gauge people's mental and emotional awareness of themselves.
Okay.
And then it kind of helps me dig into where I need to dig into.
And we're going to dig in that in a little bit, but I want you to take us back, to the genesis. Who are you? Where you from? And everything like that. Let me know about your childhood and all about that.
Ooh, spicy.
Okay.
So I am originally from Daytona Beach, Florida.
Okay.
I moved here when I was 15 with my grandparents. So I moved out here with my grandparents, enjoyed the space with them. I then went ahead and moved out here. When I started here, when I moved out here, I basically met my ex-husband. My now current ex-husband, was with him for almost 12 years.
Okay.
So I am divorcee. I do have a 15-year-old son, was a teenage mom. He's now 15 in high school. That shit just blows my mind every time
You have
I
a
think.
15-year-old son? You look young.
Thank you. You know what they say, black don't crack. So, have my 15-year-old son. I do have a 6-year-old daughter as well. I grew up. Ooh. I grew up multifaceted. I grew up in the hood, but because I was quote unquote, the schools didn't have gifted and talented in the schools, in the area that we lived in. So I got transferred out to the white schools. So predominantly all through elementary school and all middle school up until high school. And I begged my mom to go to a black high school. I went to predominantly white schools. So growing up, I was always too white for the black people, too black
for the
white people. So it was always that mixture. I am mixed. My father is Caucasian. So that was always a thing growing up.
Daddy white.
Yeah,
Okay.
my daddy.
That's different. It's usually mama white, daddy black.
Yeah, no, my daddy is white.
Okay.
Yeah, but he think he.
Okay. He got some soul in him.
Yeah, a little too much.
I got you.
Relax. I know. Yeah,
I got you.
He has that. So I grew up in Jehovah's Witness household with my stepfather, which is my sister's father. I grew up in a Jehovah's Witness household, but my grandparents were non-denominational. So on Mondays and Wednesdays, I was at Kingdom Hall, and on Sundays and some rotating Wednesdays, I was at Bible study. So I grew up pretty exposed to multiple cultures, multiple religions. I traveled a lot with my aunt. I've always kind of been an on-go type of person. Even as a kid, I would spend time with my family. I really never was home with my mom. I was always home with my aunt or with my grandparents. So I kind of grew up always kind of going places, so I would say.
Okay. Take me through your teenage, adolescent years. How was that journey for you?
Eesh, rough.
How so?
Rough. So my mom and my stepfather got together when I was a few months old. He's all I know. Okay. Me and my sisters are each 6 years apart. So by the time I was 6, him and my mom were having their first child together. Things got a lot, very rocky between us. When that happened, I kind of turned into that redhead stepchild.
Okay, yeah,
So I was no longer his child. He had a child with my mom, and I kind of got pushed back on the back burner. Which, of course, new baby comes in, but it wasn't just new baby blues. It was just completely segregated. In the treatment. To where it was noticeable. I went to my mom about it. I think that our relationship has gotten a lot better as I become an adult and I became a mother, and I kind of related to a lot of things. As a human being, we make mistakes. We don't always do the things that we might have should have done in situations, stood up for things. So I think that kind of played into a lot of things when I was a teenager with me kind of deciding to go live with my grandparents in Houston.
Okay.
So that's kind of what pushed me out. You know, I was a teenager. Stuff wasn't getting any better between me and him. Started liking boys. Begged my mom to go to the black high school. Seen some fine ass mans, you know. So it's kind of like I just kind of started, you know, feeling myself a little bit. But then I also didn't get along with him, so with my stepdad. So it was like my grandparents were like, just bring her out here. So I moved out here, and I kind of been here ever since. Ended up meeting my child's father. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ended up meeting him when I was 15. The month I moved out here. So I moved out here, met him, and was stuck like Chuck for 10 years after that. You know, ups and downs, ebbs and flows.
Let's talk about that relationship.
Ooh, I don't want to talk about that.
Ooh, you don't even deserve it.
No, don't even deserve it because he
What?
got nope, not even this. What I would say is, I'm glad that my life took me in the path that it took me to make me the person I am today. Even with having my son, getting pregnant at 16, having him at 17, I wouldn't take back the decisions that I made for the simple fact that it made me who I am today. Has it hindered me a lot in a lot of ways in relationships? Absolutely. I am hyper independent to where it bites me in the ass a lot. But I work so hard so I don't have to ask anybody for nothing.
We were just talking about that.
Really?
We were just talking about that. Like I was telling her, I'm very eager to see who I end up settling down with, because I'm such a goer. I'm a doer, and so whomever it may be, they gonna have to be chill. Kind of balance me out, bro. Because
Yeah.
I'm on go.
Listen.
I'm gonna need some type of balance, man.
Yeah.
But I would like for you. Let's go ahead and talk about going into adulthood now, because I like asking people from your adolescence on to adulthood, what was some lessons that you had to like learn and pick up on?
If you don't do it, nobody else will.
Ooh, yes, Lord. Say it again for the people in the back.
Hey, if you don't do it, nobody else will. And that's a fact. Nobody's gonna cut for you the way you cut for you.
That's a fact.
Sister, brother, cousin, uncle, daddy.
That's
Don't matter. Nobody's gonna cut for you the way you cut for you.
I tell people the best day of my life is when I realize no one is going to save me. I was in my old apartment watching YouTube, taking some notes over something, and it's just like inner knowing just came like Jazz. If you don't do this shit, ain't nobody gonna do it. You have to put this work in. So continue to do what you are doing, Jazz. You on the right path.
Yeah.
You are right where I got you, where you need to be. So just chill.
Yeah.
I was just talking to her about that. Like, I just feel like I gotta go. 100 miles per hour. Go. Sometimes you need to chill and be still.
Yeah. Slow down.
And give thanks.
Man.
Show gratitude.
I am grateful.
What? Yes.
I grew up and we had.
So listen, I want to get into it. Let's talk about what you do, the sex, all of this. Like, so tell me about. Let's delve deep into this.
Okay.
Tell me everything you know.
Oosh. I don't know everything I know. I might know some stuff I don't even know that I know.
All right, let's start off with this question. What constitutes great sex for you?
Ooh, what constitutes great sex? Damn. Get straight in there, huh?
Yeah, straight in there.
Connection. Intimacy. I feel like people underplay intimacy. I think at the age we are, I mean, and it's really any age, but I feel like a lot of times when we're younger, our hormones overpower the mental. So we kind of associate that lust and that want with the connection or with intimacy, and it really isn't that. You're just super excited because if you put in a situation with somebody you've been with 5-6 years and you're doing the same thing, you're like, well, this shit boring to them. You know what I'm saying? You're over it. It's not really enticing like it is because you have that excitement and that lust. So I feel like mental and emotional connection is the biggest thing. If I'm not really connected to you in that way, that already starts off the sex as being mediocre. And I shouldn't even be doing it if I'm not connected to you in that way. And that's also why I'm so selective on how I give out that energy to people now. Because it's like, it's such a special space. So being able to laugh. I feel like people always think that sex has to be so serious. And it's so awkward at times. Like, even when you're having great sex, awkward shit happens.
Yes.
Like, I might fall over in a queef. Like, oh, shit,
Right.
my bad,
I'm
my
laughing
bad.
at your ass.
You know, that don't mean the sex is horrible, but, you know, like, so,
have fun.
you know, feels so. I feel like that it when the awkward stuff doesn't make it feel so awkward, that is also a great plus. I would say not rushing. That extra, like slow down.
Slow down.
We here vibing. It's no reason to go hitting. Hey, slow down, man. You hitting them curves too hard. You about to make me spill my yak, man. Like what? Like
Right.
So
the slower the better.
the slow and steady wins the race. I'm a side note. We had a river thing this weekend that we went to for Pride Month with a couple of my friends
Okay.
for her birthday. And everybody was pumping them floats, them big old floats. So we had the big floaties because we were floating on the river, right? So everybody bought them big old 2-seater floaties. Yeah, so two girls brought an electric pump thing, plug up in the car, but it was hard to reach it. So everybody was like, well, I'm gonna use the manual pump that I brought. I brought a manual pump. So I'm pumped. They're over here, they just,
Right.
I'm like, damn, y'all not gonna get in the air just sitting there stagnant. I was like, man, slow down. Take it deep, just up, down. And they just did that. And you know how fast that flow started to fill up? They was like, damn. Like, really in all aspects of life, slow and steady wins the race. I feel like that just goes in every single realm that you can be in. And when you're rushing, something's always going to end up being messed up. Yeah. And you really can't rush perfection. So slow and steady, I would think like that, the connecting in that sense. And then just being in that moment with that person. Okay. Being able to sit in that moment with that person and really hone in on each other's energy. Because, it's such a huge energy exchange that you're having. So being able to hyper-focus and where it's like you don't hear anything else in the room except each other's breath. We are connected where there's nothing else happening except what you two are creating together. To me, that's what constitutes great sex. The connection, the intimacy, the vulnerability, the transparency, the humor, the awkward moments.
Do you remember your first time exploring your sexuality? Because I remember mine.
Yeah.
I was about 16, going into my junior year. Girl, I'm in my bed. I'm just like,
Yeah.
It's my first time like masturbating.
Really?
And it felt amazing. I was 16.
You were? I masturbated a lot earlier than that.
Really?
Yeah. I started off with when I discovered the water faucet in the tub.
Okay.
When I discovered the water faucet in the tub,
that was it, huh?
That was the end game for me.
Okay. That was it.
I think that now, as far as I feel like there's a difference in when you're masturbating and then when you're actually exploring your body, because I feel like for so long I would, of course, masturbate, but I wasn't really loving on myself.
It's a difference.
It's a difference than just reaching that orgasm and actually loving on yourself to reach that orgasm. I think that is what the difference was. I think now that didn't happen until I was even a little bit older than that. Because I feel like I got with my ex-husband, I got with him so early in life that I really didn't have a chance to dive into me. I was more diving into being a girlfriend and a wife and a mom. So I was more reaching out to please him over myself. Now, while he did, of course, now that was one thing, if anything in our relationship never lacked, was in the sex department, and I think, of course, that sometimes what keeps a lot of people together. And we were young, so sex can keep people together for a long time. So if you're not happy, y'all, if the sex is great, please still leave. Don't stay just because the sex is great, okay? Huh? No, don't stay. If you don't have no connection, there's stuff lacking, don't overlook it because the sex is great. Trust me, there are better out there. Facts. So never think that what you got is the best, because there's always something better. Now I'm the best. Now fuck that shit. When it comes to me, it don't matter. That's different. But anybody else, you know what I'm saying? You have to be realistic with yourself.
Okay. Give me some non-sexual turn-ons for you.
Ooh. Saying you gonna do something and stick to it without me having to ask or remind you.
That's light. That's light. That's being a woman or a man of your word.
Man, but you don't realize.
People don't. I know.
People just be talking.
I know, yeah. You right.
And I feel like people just be talking just to hear themselves or to say something to make it sound good. And I think that's the biggest thing with me in life. People just be like, oh, I want to do that. Like, I didn't ask you to do that. So I would say that. Okay. I love cologne. And I don't know if that's really considered sexual, but I am like a huge smell person. So good smelling cologne, I could be mad as hell. Yes. All right, so what were we talking about now?
Right.
What was the issue that we had? Okay. I don't remember. What else?
Non-sexual.
Non-sexual. Transparency and honesty. Like raw transparency and honesty. I like when people give you the real them, so you don't have now that's that's something. That's
Okay.
even especially when it comes to being in a situation, when there's an uncomfortable conversation having to be had, and you're honest in that realm, even though it's a risk for you to where something could go down to where I'm not going to talk to you no more, anything like that. I think honesty to me is integrity, values is a non-sexual turn on. Seeing somebody with values, family values, that's a non-sexual turn on for me. So, I mean, it could be so many things for me. It just depends on the person and what situation, the realm that we're in.
Okay.
Ambition. Somebody that has true ambition, that you can see that. You don't realize how many people are saying they're doing so much, but they're really doing nothing with it. So seeing somebody actually following through on themselves, somebody who follows through for themselves. That. Because so many people lack the awareness to love themselves. People are always putting out this love and giving people all this love, but do you really truly love yourself?
On yourself, yeah.
Man, because so many of us don't. I mean, I'm on a journey of just fully learning to love myself. I think that's an everyday struggle with everybody. A lot of people, at least, is that. So seeing a person fully love themselves truly and operate on their highest self, that.
How do you love on yourself?
Taking care of my body, doing working out, taking the time and space to really process my emotions. For so long, I don't think I really ever processed emotions. I'm a Sagittarius, and I'm also a woman who is thorned, scorned, and all those things. So I think I've gotten through a lot of traumas in life throughout my childhood in all realms by being able to kind of just cast those emotions to the side and just kind of keep going. Like, on go. No emotions felt, just keep going. The more you go, the less you'll feel. So I think me taking the time now to slow down and feel my emotions has really, really caused me to realize how much I've never really loved on myself. Giving myself that space to cry, giving myself that space to scream, giving myself that space to write out something. If I need to sit down and just listen to some music and just cry it out, like I have that realm. For years, I never cried. I'm a water bag now. No, you can't catch me. I'm gonna cry for a movie, show. You say something to me too sweet, I'm gonna be on the ground crying. But I think that's a space that I had to take for myself, is really just truly allowing myself to process my emotions. I think that sitting and taking that space is how I truly am able right now to love on myself.
Okay. Now, so what kind of lover are you to your partner?
Ooh, I'm a huge giver. I'm a pleaser giver. I'm gonna fill you up with so much love. I'm gonna never. I want you to. I want to love you so much that you can't help but to love yourself. That's me. Okay. What kind of lover are you?
I'm very affectionate, very affirmative. You're going to feel it. You're going to hear it.
Okay. That's nice.
That I would definitely say that.
Yeah.
Very affectionate. I love using my hands. I'm very intimate. Sometimes it's not even about having sex. It's about just being intimate. One of my biggest turn-ons is just laying my head in your lap. You just caressing my hair. Big turn-on for me. Just like the little things for me. Very affirmative, very affectionate for me. That's the type of lover that I am.
Yeah.
I just haven't found my person.
Why do you think you haven't found it? Like, honestly.
Number one, I don't put myself out there.
Okay.
I don't actively, like, I'm not actively looking. Now, I'm not oblivious. I know when somebody choosing on me.
Right.
But where I'm at in my life right now, I'm literally go mode. I'm building my foundation right now. So it's just like, I feel like I can't put my all, per se, in that. I have to put my all in this. I'm growing something here, so we can go travel every fucking day if you want to.
Yeah.
But until I get to that point, I just feel like I need to put my head and everything in what I'm doing in this business that I'm growing. That's just how I feel. Now, if I meet someone and they understand that grind and they can assist me in that, then let's go. Let's do something.
Right.
We not no bums over here. We have emotion.
Right.
So so what are we doing? Like, how can we come together and like build this shit? Like, how can we, you know what I'm saying?
Partnership.
Exactly. So that's what I be on.
Yeah.
What kind of partner do you like? What do you look for in your partner?
What do I look for in my partner? What I'm looking for in my partner is one of the questions.
Okay, so
where you at though?
Are you into men, women? What you into? Men, women? You like?
I would. Well, I do identify as bisexual.
Okay.
As far as the realm to which I'm mostly in is dating men.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I love women.
So what do you look for in a partner?
In a partner, looking for a real ass nigga, man. Mm-hmm. I'm just looking for somebody that, I'm looking for somebody that, I'm a very multifaceted person. I mean, you can catch me in any realm. You know, I work in corporate America. I teach sex education. So I'm walk around in lingerie and thigh highs. I'm a mom, so you can catch me in my mom jeans out taking my kids to the park or outside rollerblading with my skating with my kids. You can catch me by the pool in my thong, or maybe I'm in my mom business because I got my mom over. But right now I be wearing a thong with my kids. They just going to get body empowerment. My son is like, Mom, why? Listen, just because a woman dresses like this doesn't mean she's a slut, okay? So I try to teach him that because he's like, why? But see, I'm the type of mom, I'm wearing them thongs to the pool with the kids. Listen, it is body empowerment. You know, I work hard for this body.
Mama.
Listen, I work hard for this. So I'm just in so many realms, networking. I deal with so many different type of people. Mm-hmm. So I need a man that can handle that, like a partner that's really able to be in that capacity with me as well. Because I don't want a partner that I can have to fit in this one box in my life. Like, okay, well, I know that I can't bring you to my events because you're going to be tripping about what I got on or what I'm doing or thinking that because I'm not, because I am a friendlier person that I'm over here flirting or that I'm, trying to disrespect you. Because that's not how I move when I'm in a relationship. Mm-hmm. So looking for a person that truly believes in me.
Okay.
That sees my vision and knows, like, okay, she's working towards something for real. And that encourages me on that because, like you said, like that reinforcement, that is so important. Mm-hmm. I want us to, like you said, same thing, I want to build with you. Mm-hmm. Like right now, of course, I'm not forcibly looking for something. I'm out on the scene because I'm out, but I've honestly not come across somebody that's held my attention in that facet. Insecurity is a huge, 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 huge issue that I've dealt with dating in the realm of, especially since I started Clitorit. That I feel like my sex life deteriorated once I started my sex business.
How so?
It comes into play where now, men are so enticed and overstimulated by that. Storm is storming.
Facts.
They're so overstimulated by sex. The second they hear that I own a sex store or I teach sex education, oh my God, you're like some goddess, freaky Nubian queen that's gonna rock my world. And it throws it out the window. The fact that I have a damn brain, all that matters to you is what can I do in the bedroom. Mm-hmm. And once you show me that that's all you're interested in the realm of, as soon as a man hit me or anybody hit me with I tell you who I am. We talk about it. Like, oh, what do you do? Why? I work in corporate America. I own a business. What's your business? That's sex education. Talk about things. So let's get back to that sex education. The second that's the only thing you want to hyper focus on, go ahead. I'm already checked you off my box. Like, yeah, nah, we can go on a date. I'll hang out with you a little bit more and see if you vibe. But just the whole the hypersexualizing me. I think that would be my biggest battle right now. Is a hypersexual. Like, I can be a sensual woman and not be a whore. I could be a sensual woman and you are not going to have sex with me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I think that would be the biggest battle that I deal with in that realm. And then the insecurities of, well, you over here at these parties and this and that. I'm like, I'm not even, it ain't even like that, but it's just the ignorance that's placed on the sex world.
I want you to delve deeper into Clitorit. Like, tell them what that is, what you do, and everything.
Okay. So Clitorit basically what I do is I give knowledge, education, and resources. So not only do I spread the actual education of teaching about sexual intelligence, but I actually sell sex toys as well. So on my website, I literally have I'm an entire sex store, like what you have in the Katz's and all those times 15,000. So I house a full on sex store. So anal toys, sex toys, vibrators, pocket pussies, anything you could possibly think of, anal beads, lube, anything you could possibly think of, bondage, I sell. Okay. So I not only give you the education information, I do events, I do parties, I do bachelorette parties, I do events. The whole realm of me creating the events was to kind of cultivate a space where I can be seen. I think a lot of the time out here in the scene, it's very hard to be in sex is still so taboo. It's so hard for people to just see you and actually be receptive of you, unless they're placed in a scenario where it's just revolved around you. You know, you have people walking in, they're like, oh my God, why is this sex toy? You just had sex probably right before you got here. But you're going to look at me crazy because I'm over here with these nicely sex toys, not out where they're making you feel any type of way, but you're looking at me crazy, even though you're so intrigued. And I feel like I enjoy clitoris because it takes the veil off of people. I feel like people try to hide who they are truly as sexual beings, and what clitoris does is we take that veil away. You can't pretend who you are when you're around me. You can't fake the funk. You have to be you, because I'm gonna be me so hard that you have no choice but to be you, and I'm gonna make you feel it, because I want you to truly dig into who you are, be self-aware, and figure out what truly pleasures you, what you're truly into. I feel like people don't know what they're truly into because nobody really explores. You know, porn has this misconstruction on what sex is, what it consists of, what a lot of different things with sex consists of. And, you know, what we do is try to deconstruct all of that.
Okay.
So we try to house you into a space to where you're comfortable enough to ask questions.
Okay.
To talk to other people.
Okay.
To find out about spaces where you can go and kind of divulge into more different things if you're into that.
Okay.
So I think that's what clitoris does. It kind of gives you a space to truly dive into who you are or who you are supposed to be. Okay. And it's not just in the sexual realm, because sexual intelligence isn't just physical sex, right? It's your mental, it's your emotional, it's your spirituality.
Right.
So my whole end game is for me to actually have teachings to actually dive into all different realms to help you build your full sexual intelligence.
So do you have a brick and mortar? Is it like a community base?
I don't have a brick and mortar.
Okay.
I plan to have a brick and mortar.
Okay.
Speak it in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Sure.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Already. Okay.
Thank you. Definitely want a brick and mortar. I mostly base it off of community events, local in Houston.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I mostly do.
You.
So
Okay.
because my name is Clitoris, right, with clit being in it, you know, that's a huge taboo. When it comes to social medias and everything, because it's clit is in it, they automatically flag it. You know, when I first began in 2020 after COVID hit, I almost gave up a couple times, because between TikTok and Instagram and everything, bringing my sites down, bringing my TikToks down, I went viral on TikTok for my clone willies that I have. So I sell clone willies, where you actually clone, and I actually sell clone pussies too. They actually clone the vulva as well. So that went viral, and they took it instantly down. It was just the tube of it, no penis, nothing. They took it, they flagged me, and they took my page down. So I think with that, it's just such a hindrance on that. So I had to build clitoris in the Houston base. So I had to actually be out on foot building my company. And that's what I've done for the past 3 years, is be on foot. It's nothing, all my traffic isn't from just Instagram. All of it's mostly based from local or somebody hearing about me or learning about it. You know, hey, check out this person. So it's mostly community based.
Okay, that's what's up. So give me like your goal that you foresee clitoris being. I know you said brick and mortar, but what's after that?
I'm actually looking to start an organization off of clitoris that actually I can go into schools to teach proper sex education. That's my main focus. I definitely want to do middle school, high school, college. I want to teach. I truly want to teach. I really enjoy leaving people better off than they were. So I feel like building off into that is something that I'm looking to evolve clitoris into. Brick and mortar for sure, but my brick and mortar space, I don't want it to be like a regular sex shop. I want it to be like, it's mostly almost like a studio base. I don't know if that really makes sense. So it's almost like you can come in. It's like almost like a therapy studio. So when you're coming in, it's like this nice feng shui of a place, but then you can go into the room, back room, and then you can kind of go into the divulge and see all your toys and stuff like that. I hate going into the sex stores. They all look the same. They're just plain white walls. Toys just everywhere, just put everywhere, and it's just like sex. And it's just so, what is the word I'm looking for? Just so,
You said taboo shit.
yeah, and it's just so plain. Like you just walk in, and it's just like sex.
Yeah.
I want people to come in and feel comfortable, and you're gonna sit in here and you can explore. I want to have sex therapists here, so you can actually schedule talks with sex therapists, or relationship therapists. So I want to have a full on space to where you can come in and you can shop and you can feel comfortable shopping. We will be open late hours for the shop wise, but it'll be a space to where it doesn't feel like a sex store. It actually feels like you're coming in somewhere to learn and indulge and to explore. That makes sense. So I want a space to where I just want people to come in and feel comfortable. I don't want people, you see people, how you used to go in the sex shop, you looking over your shoulder like, I don't run nobody in here. I ain't trying to see nobody come in here. I'm going to go one further down the road so I don't run into nobody I know. And I want to remove that stipulation out of it. I want you to come in and I want you to feel comfortable in exploring. I don't want you to be looking over your shoulder. I want you to have that space to explore. So I feel like that is a huge expansion. Of course, I want multiple brick and mortars, but being able to spread the knowledge through colleges and schools, that's one of my biggest goals.
For sure. Why do you think the sex toy industry is like $1 billion industry?
Sex rules the world. Sex literally rules the world. And people hide who they truly are behind closed doors. If you think about it, all the people in power, they're probably the most sexually deviant people.
Why is that? That's crazy.
Because power and sex are hand in hand.
That's true.
Power and sex. You got the power, you can do whatever you want to do. And a lot of times they want to do things they're not supposed to do. And they have the power to do so and they can get away with it. So I would think, I feel like the toys is a thing is such a huge thing. It's because it's something that people are doing behind closed doors. It's something private. So you never know what people can truly have or what they have. So you never know what, you might think I might have a little reservoir. You know what I'm saying? There's been some people I've met that have had some crazy shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is crazy. I think that people are truly so curious, but they hide it. And curiosity killed the cat, but you can kill it in a good way. You know what I'm saying? You could kill it in a good way. And I feel like people truly hide their true pleasures for the fear of someone judging them. That's the main thing I think I've always realized with people. People really fear what somebody else thinks of them. And the second you do that, you're literally giving away every ounce of your power. Because if I cared about what people said about me, I wouldn't be standing here right now if I truly allowed that to get to me. And I feel like in sex, people have this misperception, I guess, of what it is and what it looks like, and that it has to look like this certain way because this person said so, or because the person I dated last said they don't like to do that. Now that's a no-go for me. I think people are so worried about pleasing somebody else that when they not focusing on pleasing themselves, they end up losing themselves, and then you end up not doing really what you want to do. And then so you're doing these things behind closed doors. So you got a drawer hidden full of things that you actually want to try with a partner, but you're too scared to even show them because you're scared they're going to judge you and run away. So I feel like that, the toys is something people can do in private. So people are going to explore in private.
Oh, yeah. I got you. Okay. What got you into sex education? Like, why are you so passionate about that?
A multitude of things. Okay, so I feel like I have helps and hindrances as to why, it's like a jumping back and forth type of deal. So, when I was in my marriage, I was kind of held back from being a lot of things. I was held back from being myself. Change was not accepted. Really having friends was not accepted. Couldn't do much with my family. So I was very honed in on except in my sexuality. So when it came to sex, like I said, I could be me. I could learn. I could dive into things. I could explore with him because, he's my husband, right? So when we divorced and I dived into the single world, I hadn't been single as an adult. Wow. Like I was 25, 26, diving into the single world, never been in it You know what I'm saying? Not in it for real. So when it came down to it and I started dating, with my ex-husband, I mean, we were together for over 10 plus years. So at the time we came to the realization that I couldn't orgasm from penetration alone. So when I went out into the dating realm and then I was actually engaging in relations with somebody else, the shame that was brought to me by that person when I brought out my toy, because to me it was so normal. To me, I mean, this is what I do. I have my toy. It's not like it's a huge fucking it's just like a little toy, like, and you're like, why the hell do you need that? And I'm like, whoa, this is for me. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This is not saying you're doing anything wrong, but it's your own insecurity as a man. A lot of times with men, a woman bringing out a toy when they're engaging in sex makes them feel like they're less than, when it actually just helps you be more than.
Okay.
It's not against you, it's with you. So that was kind of like it was the shame thing. So they would kind of be like, well, why do you need that? And I was like, well, damn, this is normal, it's normal. And then so many men, like, even just in conversations, like, like, I can't orgasm for penetration alone. They're like, what? All women can. I'm sorry, what? And just as I went through like the past I think it was like 2 years of that dating before I started clitoris. So 2 years of just open dating and just talking to people and, conversations, or going out on dates, or hanging out with my girlfriends and getting to hang out with them more and getting to know them and talking about their sex lives. I feel like people have always just openly shared life with me. And that's kind of just always been a I don't know if that's a gift of mine, and people just kind of feel comfortable to talk.
Same here. We both have that.
Yeah.
It's like our aura, like everything that we permit out is just good quality, and it's good energy.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm that friend that everybody come to and dump. That's why it's imperative for me to go and replenish myself, because it gets draining.
Can't snap. Hold on. I gotta snap with this hand.
It gets draining, man. Like, I'm consistently pouring, and sometimes I have to stop. Be like, Jazz, stop.
Yeah.
Go pour into yourself now.
Yeah.
And because I start feeling it. Go
What
ahead.
do you do to pour into yourself?
One big thing I do, I ground. I love grounding. I go outside, I ground, I sungaze, I sunbathe, I listen to high frequency music. I dance. I dance. I look in the mirror. I love on myself naked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
amazing.
pray a lot. I talk to God a lot. And take deep breaths.
Yeah.
I take my deep breaths and I just turn off my phone and I just really focus on me.
Yeah.
And I give myself sensual massages too. I know it probably sounds weird, but that's what I do.
Really?
I just recently got into that too.
Really?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. What? Okay.
I just recently got into that. It's just like one day I got out the shower and I'm just like, you know what? Close your ears, young one. But now I was just like, I don't know. And that's what got me into massage therapy, is because I wanted specifically other women to feel what I'm doing to myself. Because it's so replenishing. Oh, every time I get to the shower, if I have me a little time, I just, love on myself and just give thanks. So that's what I do.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Now I rub the oil on me.
Yes.
But I ain't just sat and just really just.
Yeah, I do that literally from the crown of my head, literally, and I just take time, every part of my body, all the way down to the soles of my feet. And it's not like I'm jacking off or nothing. It's just real sensual, just loving on my body.
I love that. I love that. I'm definitely going to. Hey,
Try.
listen, try that sensual massage.
Try it. Yeah, that's what got.
Look, you gonna try it?
Right? Yeah, that's.
I don't know. You gonna try it? Yeah. You should. You should. I definitely gonna try it. I'm gonna let you know. Listen, I'm gonna give you some feedback.
Let me know.
Yeah, I took a shower already. I'm gonna take one. I'm like, let me. I'm gonna just hop in the shower one more time just to give myself a good rub down.
Get you some coconut oil, whatever you like, and just start loving on yourself. Literally, like, God, I thank you for my arms, my elbow. Literally thanking God for everything. So
you don't realize how much of our bodies we take for granted.
Right.
'Cause we ain't gonna have this back.
That's a fact.
But we gotta preserve it as long as we can.
What got you into this entrepreneurial mindset?
I like money.
Yeah.
I like money, and I want to do what I want to do to make money.
Sure.
And when I found out that I can tap into something that I'm passionate for to make money, it's like Once I saw it start taking off, and how when I work hard on myself and for myself, how much it takes off for me, it just like lit this fire in me. I've always been a hustler. I've always worked my ass off. Since I could work, I've been working. So it's always just been something that's instilled in me. I can't never not do something. And me working for somebody, it was just not, I wasn't satisfied. Like I still do. I mean, I have a corporate job with the city.
Okay.
And I work hard. But that's not my passion. What I'm passionate about is leaving people off better than I found them. My passion is helping people see themselves for the amazing people that they are, for loving on themselves enough to really embrace who they are and be able to translate that to their partners. I feel like we're not able to really translate how we need to be loved. I think people always go into the assumption that in any relationship, that friendship, that somebody's just supposed to know how to treat you or know what to do with you off top. And that's not the case, because we were all come from different places in life, different cultures, different prerequisites for any notion in our lives. So I think that we have to really hone in on truly being able to know who we are, to translate that to our partners or to whoever we're engaging in, and speak on those boundaries.
So I have the majority of our followers are men. So being that you are in sex education, tell the men how to effectively have sex.
How do effectively have
Well, I know that's a pretty vague, broad question.
a little bit like, what do you mean?
Okay, so just like you said, typically men just want to hurry up and get to the clit. But you was like, slow it down sometimes. So give the guys some tips, some generalized good sex tips, if you will.
Okay. The first thing is to realize that not every woman is the same. You know, I mean, everybody loves to say that they're not the same. Everybody's like, I'm not like nobody else.
Yeah.
But when you come into it, you're doing the same thing with a different woman every single time. So take the time to actually, take the time to actually sit there and learn the woman. Learn that individual. Learn your partner. You know, hear what turns them on and what doesn't turn them on. You know, you won't realize how much just listening can help you. Listening and applying. When somebody tells you something and actually applying it. Preheating the oven. Preheat the oven. I think that's how you should always think about it. Don't just rush into sex. Of course, if it's a quickie and it's person you messing with, quickies happen. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But when it comes down to actually engaging and you're wanting to please this person, preheat that damn oven to 400. Don't wait. Don't do 350. Do 400. Like, you have to take the time to really engage the body. Engage your partner. Touch. Kiss. Be intimate. Open yourself up to that realm. I feel like, you know, a lot of men, just like you said, we kind of just wanted to have sex. And of course, you know, sex is great, but don't just focus on on the orgasm with either one of you. I feel like a lot of times it's this unspoken pressure on both individuals for the men to perform and not orgasm so fast, and for the women to try to orgasm fast. You know, so don't just focus on orgasm. That's not the purpose of sex every time that you're having sex. It's not just to reach the peak. Sometimes you can just have sex and not even reach it and come back to the peak later, because that actually builds up. It's called edging, you know, holding off, you know?
Yeah.
So taking your time to actually learn yourself, learn what you actually like, and realize that the porn is not how sex will play off in real life. The porn is not real life. You're not finna get no gobble monster choking and throwing up on your dick like you just gotta be a little realistic. Like, there are some throat goats out here. I've seen them. You know, they out here prevalent. But you don't expect what you see on porn to be happening to you in real life. Don't come in and think you're gonna pound the shit out this person and and they're gonna be satisfied. And the biggest thing that I hear men say is, I haven't heard no complaints. Women do not always communicate that. They do not want to hurt your ego. Y'all egos are so sensitive that we don't want to hurt y'all ego. So a lot of times women don't tell the truth. Or if they ask, well, I asked her and she said, because she don't want to hurt your feelings. There's so many women that I know fake orgasms. These women be faking. You know when a woman's really having an orgasm. And if you don't, That's already telling you something. Already telling you something.
We talked about some non-sexual turn-ons. What are some sexual turn-ons now?
I'm like, you gonna make me make a phone call and I'll leave after him. I'm on the way. Sexual turn-ons.
Yeah.
Ooh. I love a man that moans. And not just like like I love the primal. I love a man that doesn't mind like this feels good. You know, a lot of times you feel like I don't want to make no. You want me to make noise? I want you to make noise too. Let me hear you. Let me hearing how good it feels. Right. Oh my god, that just oh my god, it makes you just feel like yes.
Right.
I remember what I want. I would say also, I love to kiss. I love to kiss. Of course, I love. You know what a sexual turn on is? When you just can't get enough of eating me out. Like it's just like you can't. You just
can't get enough.
You can't get enough. Okay. You can't get enough. He just like, well, let me get back in there again. Let me get back in there again. Like, oh my goodness, is she that great? Like that to me.
Do you talk or do you just like moan? Let him do his thing.
Like
when he's down there.
I might say like, okay, so if it's like, go a little bit lower.
Okay.
Ooh, that feels good right there. Like
heavy on the communication.
Heavy on the reinforcement.
Yes.
Because a lot of the times, they just done like.
Right.
oh, please do not motorboat my coochie. Man, I done seen some. Like, whoa.
That
first of all.
Hey, listen, that does not feel good to me. I don't want that.
Good.
No,
do not motorboat it.
Bitch, I will mush your head back so quick. Get off of me.
What are you
doing? Now, because I'm turned off now.
What are you doing?
Get up.
What are you doing right now?
What are you doing? Like, stop it.
And they be hitting it hard too. They be,
stop it.
Whoa. You're hitting them curves too fast, my G. Calm down.
Stop it, okay?
Yeah, that I'm sorry, I had to get on that one because that just drives me crazy. Because what are you doing? Who told? I have a question. I hope whenever this gets posted, can somebody just answer in the comments? Who told y'all that was a good idea? Who said motorboat the coochie like you do the titties? Who? I just want to know who's the culprit. Who said it?
Yeah.
Who said it? You ain't got no. I don't know either.
I don't know.
Another sexual turn on. I love like the sensual massage almost. Like I love being caressed. Like caressing, that drives me crazy. Moaning in my ear, that drives me crazy. Caressing me or moaning in my ear, hoo-hoo. And ain't nothing like a hard dick on the booty when you laying down. Oh. I'm like, you was ready for me. I would say that always gets it started. It's like, you like, oh shit. I see you right there. Got to back up a little bit. I would say that would probably be something. I mean, I like some other stuff, but
have you ever had sex with a woman before?
Yes.
So who do you enjoy better having sex with, men or women?
I mean, I mostly have sex with men. So I of course, I love women for this. I love the sensuality of a woman. I feel like it's just different. I really truly am attracted to women. When I engage with a woman, it's not for anybody else except myself and that person. So I would say I do enjoy sex with a woman. I definitely do.
Turn-ons with a woman.
Ooh.
We talked about the men, now the women.
I don't like aggressive women.
Okay.
So I think I like a woman that's like turn-ons with a woman. Damn, I'm kind of speechless on that one. I just be turned on by a woman in general.
You like a
just
more
everything.
Feminine woman?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I'm a ass kind of gal. I love me some booty. Ooh.
Okay.
Love me a thick 'em with some nice titties.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna say breasts. Sorry, with some nice breasts. That's definitely.
Are you into tossing salads? Tossing salads. You know what I mean? Do you know what that means?
No.
So tossing a salad, that means eating ass.
Oh, wait. When did that become the term for eating ass?
That's what I heard somebody say, yeah.
Tossing salads?
Yes.
I mean,
Ass play, butt play.
Okay.
Are you into butt play?
I am. To a certain extent, I like a little thumb in my butt.
Inside or on it?
Either.
Okay.
Depends. If you got a thumbnail, don't put it on. Just put it on it. If you don't got a thumbnail, a little in it don't hurt nobody. You know, you got a, kind of, that Future song, "Got No Manners for No Sluts." I'm stick my thumb in her butt. I'm gauging in the club who really do butt play. You know the ones that don't. The ones that don't, they be like, nah. If your hand like this, oh, you be in that ass. I ain't thumbing it. Oh yeah, you got some experience. Hey, what's up with you?
She said, "What's up with it?"
With it. Yeah, I definitely. I mean, I've definitely divulged in anal. I've had a horror story from that, and I've had a couple horror stories from that. So it's just been. I don't really dive into that much anymore. I'm kind of cool on it. Would I? Yes. Have I lately? Nah. Licking some ass. We just got out the shower.
Yeah, just got out the shower.
You know, when you my person and we fucking around on the tip, hell yeah, I'm gonna lick the gooch from the rooter to the tutor, baby. You know?
Do you like spontaneous sex or like fresh out the shower?
Both of them.
Both of
You
them.
can be leaving this gym, cool. Leaving the club,
No, ma'am.
cool. What? I mean, we both sweaty. I mean, I'm not sucking or nothing, but if it's just on some quickie, what? You better love me and all my pheromones, sweaty and all. Shit.
Okay, so she said both of them. What'd you say?
Spontaneous, fresh out the shower. The way you looked when I said spontaneous, you was like, I don't know about the gym.
I don't know about the gym. I don't know about the gym though, but yeah, I mean, we going through the day. It ain't you ain't been sweating up a storm, and yeah, I like a little spontaneity. Yeah, I like a little of that, but not coming out the gym shot. You gonna have to gonna hop your ass in that shower real quick. Take this little bird bath real quick. Talk about the orgasm.
Okay, so
Talk about the orgasm gap.
so the orgasm gap.
Yes.
Statistically proven, over 75% of women do not orgasm from intercourse alone. Do not. And it's not because of, she ain't just been fucked good enough yet, or she ain't gotten that what she need just yet. No, it ain't because of that. It's more so because of the way our bodies are made. Every vagina is different. Everybody reacts differently to certain things. And some women just don't have the capacity to do so. So with the orgasm gap, with a lot of people being insecure about women using toys, it causes this big rift. So like I said, the toys are for you, they're not against you. And I think once the people come to the realization, especially heterosexual men, come to the realization that the toys are not against you. Now, I know the big stipulation on the rose. Everybody hates the rose. The men hate the rose. And I understand why, in a sense, because it is a bit intimidating. And it's so big, you can't even really use it with a partner. I'm very big on partner toys. A lot of my toys specifically are partner play toys that I utilize because I like toys that I can actually be able to access while with my partner, right? So I have like lipstick vibrators, wands, stuff like that you can actually use to play with yourself while you're engaging with your partner so they don't feel so lonely. So there's ways to go about it and still be able to masturbate and even try mutual masturbation. That is also a huge thing that allows people to kind of get comfortable in the realm with your partner. Mutually masturbating, whether it's both of you masturbating together at the same exact time or you're watching your partner masturbate and you're helping them, whether you're, caressing them, kissing on them, caressing their breasts, whatever have you, that is a huge thing that I always recommend for people to kind of get comfortable with each other. Can you pass that to her?
If you had to choose one for the rest of your life, sex or intimacy?
Ooh, intimacy.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, intimacy.
Okay.
Because I feel like you can get off on so much more than sex can get boring. Like if it's just sex, it gets boring really fast. But with intimacy, you can do so much more than just have sex to feel connected to a person.
Okay.
To feel enticed, to feel loved, to feel sensual. So I choose intimacy.
Okay.
What you
okay.
pick?
Definitely intimacy.
Definitely. Why?
Yeah. Same thing. Because I'm gonna always have my hands on you.
Yeah.
So it's just intimate all day. I don't have to have sex. I really don't.
Yeah.
Rate your sex tolerance.
What's sex?
Sex tolerance, so how much do you need to have sex, in a week span?
a few times if I can. Like if I have somebody consistent in my life, I want to have sex at least, and we're seeing each other like.
This is your man.
Oh, it's my man.
It's your
Oh,
man.
five, at least 4 to 5 times a week.
4 to 5 times a week. Okay.
Now we could do it like twice in one day and then don't do it for a few days.
Okay.
You know, it don't have to be like every single day, but I definitely want to have sex at least 3 times a week.
Yeah, I can see that. Because I don't be
days in a
fucking
week.
like that. It take a lot for me to have sex.
Really?
It's a lot. I do a lot. I'm over the top.
Mm.
It's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? So about 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I'm working though. I'm in my grind, so I ain't really got time to be like that, honestly.
This is true, but if you take you could get you a little quickie, like, and to say
These little quickies.
you could do a little quickie every now and again. I feel like I like excitement.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm down for us to be quickies, and then maybe 1 or 2 nights we diving deep into the realm of debauchery, you know. But maybe over the kitchen counter.
Let's talk about the world of BDSM. I had one of my partners. She like kind of like unveiled that to me, right? And I'm like, damn, I never knew anything about this. So what do you know about BDSM? If you could give them some game on that, you know, are you into that?
I am into BDSM.
Okay.
I'm a very light BDSM. I do enjoy rope play, paddling.
Okay.
That'll probably be the 2 realms that I like to dive into. So bondage is bondage, dominance, sadism, and masochism, right?
Okay.
So with that, I mean, I really do. I enjoy BDSM because I feel like it's this perception that people have that it's just people beating each other or tying each other up, and then I'll have you against your will, and I don't want nobody to tie me up. I don't want to be blindfolded. I don't want to be taken advantage of, because nobody realizes the true vulnerability that BDSM takes.
Yes.
It's so intimate. It's so transparent. It requires you to kind of come out of your comfort zone in ways and trust someone. Like that person that you're indulging in. Like, I feel like it really honestly builds relationships. Like if you have a partner or a relationship, whatever you have with your partner, your sub, it can be so intense. I think that's why I enjoy BDSM. And honestly, with my events that I do naughty list, that's what I actually pull into the realm. So I pull BDSM into the realm. So I expose you to paddling. I expose you to rope play. I expose you to floggers and different tools that you can use to enhance your sexual experiences. So I'm trying to kill that taboo of BDSM being just beating people, and trying to open people to the realm of understanding what it truly takes to engage in that. You know, just kind of like in the poly shit. People want to be poly so bad, but nobody understands the true workings of what it requires, like the deep diving and who you have to be as an individual. So I think BDSM is the same realm. Being able to, that transparency and that intimacy, that space that you create with somebody, that is what truly attracts me to BDSM. It's not the rope play. It's cool. I played a little bit and I heavily enjoyed it. But the main thing is that transparency, telling somebody what you're not going to accept, having to speak up for yourself and truly take that. Like, you're actually in control so much more than you think you are, because you're actually telling that person what you do or don't want. And if they don't respect that, then you're not going to be in that session with them or engaging with them.
Do you have any kinks?
I do love, and I would say I definitely love choking. I love choking and being choked. I like a light choke on my man, because it kind of sometimes they be like, oh, what the fuck, this bitch trying to choke. Especially on top. I love a nice little, I'm gonna just run my hand up your chest and
yeah.
So
okay.
definitely choking.
Okay.
I've found a newfound love for, I like a little bit of spit in the mouth.
Okay.
Newfound, like a little dribble. I don't like you to like.
So this is the clarity that I need.
Okay.
Is it just, it's a difference? You have saliva and then you got spit.
Yeah, I'm a saliva.
Let's clear that up.
Saliva in my mouth.
Clear that
I want
up.
you to like.
Okay.
And it's new.
Subtle.
It's very subtle, and it's not like it's like we're kissing and you kind of like
Okay.
like that into it. That only way I'll take it, because I don't like it if it's a lot. I don't like it if it's warm. I don't want to be able to tell it's warm. So
I see.
it's like it's a particular. It's kind of
I see. Okay. Oh.
And I love being spanked. I love being like smack my ass, like just tear into this shit. You know?
Yes.
And you gotta hit it from the right area. I hate when you hit it from the bottom. Where the meat at? You're not supposed to just be slapping on the top of my damn shit.
Right.
Head. What the fuck is this? Whoa, hit it from the bottom.
Cup that cup.
Yeah, thank you. Right
know
there
what
with
I'm
a meat
saying?
at.
Right
with a
there.
meat at. Actually, at my event, I'm doing a paddling session.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna do volunteer based. So I'm gonna actually allow somebody to come and get paddled.
That's what I want you to tell them about your events that you got going on in the H.
Okay, so I host these events called the Naughty List Exchange, and per event, it's a different edition. So I've had Secret Edition, we've had Masker Play, which is Masquerade Play, we've had Organic, and now we have High Frequency right now. Basically, what I do is I curate a space where people can come and learn and indulge in every facet of something that you want. We've been having it probably since December 2021. Every one different one has an edition, so it kind of has like a theme about it. So it goes from, we've had Organics, we've had Secret Edition, we've had Masker Play, which is like a masquerade type of thing, and I actually had a VIP room where we had yoni massages going on for that last one. It's been a year since I've had one, so we're back with the High Frequency. Had to take a little break, get my mind right, and I started doing Healing Girl season, so I actually host events for that as well. So with Naughty List, what it is, it's a space curated for you to truly be you, where you're in a space where there's no judgment, where you can come in and fully enjoy yourself and indulge in whatever you want to indulge in with like no judgment, if that makes sense. So it's like a space created for every want and need that you could possibly have is under one roof. So if you want some hookah, if you want some psychedelics, if you want some canna, if you want some holistics, you want some products for your skin, you want to talk to somebody there. We have touch starvation specialists that actually is offering free hugs. Which is really crazy. You didn't even know that there's so many things, you know, that you could have that you don't realize that people are lacking. Like even just having to have a touch starvation specialist, like to realize that people really are lacking touch and people don't really put the credit into what touch gives you. You know, to people that are, like you said, you touch all the time. That's your one of your main love lists. Probably is your top love language.
It is
touch, right? So to have that as a love language and not get to experience that with anybody, to feel how deprived you have to feel. So she actually offers that to people. You know, cuddling. I'm like, that's so cool. So she's offering free hugs.
Are you into tantric sex?
I am exploring.
Okay.
I am not well versed in it. I am actually exploring. There's actually one of the performers, she does aerial silks, and she actually does pole and burlesque, and she does fire throwing. She does tantric lessons, and I went to a couple of her classes. Her name is Mystic Lotus.
Okay.
Now, amazing learning. I am a very novice student in it. Am I into it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
To be able to encompass that energy in yourself and to have that with your partner, amazing.
I want that.
I want that so bad. Yes. I'm working towards it though, because you gotta have it to teach somebody. Yeah. You know, so I'm definitely into it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So at the end of the show, this is what we do. Okay. Since this show is called Cold Game Conversations, I would like for you to give the audience some cold game on whatever aspect in life. It could be business, you know, mentally, physically, financially. Just get them a piece of cold game they can leave with.
If you don't know how to pleasure yourself, nobody else will. You must first learn you truly and thoroughly before you can expect anybody to love you. So you have to truly take the time, just like you would take the time to learn an individual that you're interested in. Take the time to apply that to yourself and learn yourself through and through. And be comfortable with evolving. Be comfortable with change. Be comfortable with not liking the things that you used to like and liking new things.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to jump out there. If you're comfortable, you're not. If you're comfortable, you're stagnant. Sure. If you're comfortable, you're stagnant.
So we about to turn that AC on.
I keep rubbing my mustache.
Listen, we about to turn that AC on. You are now tuned into another Cold Game Conversation. I am your host, Jazz Avante, my girl Tay in the building. Miss Clitorit, man. Let them know where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, at clitorit _ which is CLITERATE _. And then you can also find me at Ayote.
Ayo Tay.
Ayote.
All right, man. Y'all go ahead and follow the page, Cold Game Conversations, everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Cold Game Convos, man. Let's get it. We out.
Gang, gang.
Hey.